Palo Duro Canyon began its life about 300 million years ago, during Earth's Permian and Triassic periods. It is approximately 120 miles in length, with varying widths ranging from 6 miles up to 20 miles in certain areas, and an average depth of 800 plus feet, maxing out at over 1,000 feet. Carved out by the prairie dog town Fork Red River and nicknamed the Grand Canyon of Texas, Palo Duro Canyon is the second largest canyon in the United States. In 1933, the state of Texas bought much of the land from Fred S. Emery, and over the next 5 years, the Civilian Conservation Corps built up different sections of the park. Even though the park was not yet complete, Palo Duro Canyon State Park opened in 1934 and is the second largest state park in the country, covering over 28,000 acres. Some fossils and pottery. Some Barbet sheep. It's pretty interesting. They have a Civilian Conservation Corps exhibit in here as well. Civilian Conservation Corps has done a lot of extensive, beautiful work in state parks all across this country. They have a pretty nice exhibit here at the visitor center. I would suggest to stop here when you're visiting Palo Duro Canyon State Park. Get a lot of information from here and some of the history. Now that we've checked out the visitor center, why don't we go drive through the canyon?
Going up.
When the state purchased the land, the Civilian Conservation Corps first built a camp at this location for their home base. All that remains today is this fireplace. Traffic is moving slow due to us all enjoying this amazing scenery.
Mactic Pavilion holds 169 people and is the perfect place for small weddings, corporate retreats, or family reunions. It has heat and AC, tables and chairs, and a full-size commercial kitchen.
Trailheads for the Comanche and Pioneer Nature Trail can be found here. Even though we are out of season for the events at the Pioneer Amphitheater, let's check it out quick.
Pioneer Amphitheater is the venue for America's longest-running outdoor musical, titled Texas. The amphitheater was completed in 1964 and seats 2,000 visitors. Texas the Musical opened in 1966 and has been the main show here ever since. Additional offerings include opera, concerts, and off-Broadway productions.
Right before you reach the first campground, Sagebrush Camp Area, you'll find this dump station.
The Sagebrush Camp Area has 30 sites, each with a picnic table, water, 30 and 50 amp hookups, and a fire ring. No site has sewer, but there is a restroom with hot showers. This campground is closest to the Pioneer Amphitheater area, the park's visitor center, and a gift shop.
Here we have a female eastern collared lizard. Their name derives from the two distinct black bands around their neck, which both males and females possess.
The trading post is a popular spot for campers and visitors to the state park. Here you can buy park souvenirs, camping supplies, groceries, and fuel. There's also a restaurant serving breakfast, quick order lunch and dinner options, and they even have ice cream. For a unique camping experience, try glamping at Palo Duro. Each glamping cabin has air conditioning, a fridge, coffee maker, gas grill, and fire pit. They are fully furnished and linens are provided.
Oh wow, it's a Greater Roadrunner. That's pretty cool.
The park offers guided horseback trail rides. During the tour, you'll see the park's beautiful cactus and wildflowers. Your guide will help you explore the geology of the canyon's layers and kellers. You might even catch a glimpse of the mule deer, wild hogs, roadrunners, and rattlesnakes that call the park home.
Let's pull over for a moment and check out this overlook. There is another dump station located right before you enter Hackberry Camp Area.
The Hackberry Camp Area is the largest in the state park. It has 32 sites and has some sites that can accommodate large rigs. This campground only offers electricity hookups of 20 or 30 amps. The current fee to enter the park for day use is $8 per person. It is open from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. The Soapberry Day Use area has picnic tables, grills, and public restrooms.
If you're looking for hiking, biking, or equestrian trails, Duro has got you covered with over 30 miles of nature trails for you to explore. I think we'll come back in the morning to hike this trail. People have inhabited this canyon for over 12,000 years. The Clovis and Folsom peoples first lived here, followed later by other cultures, including the Comanche, Apache, and Kiowa. The Spanish discovered the canyon many years later, naming it Palo Duro, which is Spanish for hard wood.
The Fortress Cliff Camp area has tent-only campsites. These are drive-up sites with a picnic table and fire ring. There is potable water available in the campground, but not at each site. Restrooms are available, but you will need to travel at least a half a mile to reach them. Porta potties are available.
Wow, these views never get old.
The Juniper Camp area has 18 sites, of which 3 are ADA accessible. Those are sites 111, 113, and 115. Each site has a picnic table and fire ring, and a lantern post. There are no sewer sites, but offer 30 and 50 amp hookups and water. Bathhouses with hot showers are on site.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's a road runner laying on top of the picnic table. Beautiful road runner. It's the third one I've seen today now.
Wolf Ferry is a group camping area with 9 campsites. It offers 30 and 50 amp hookups and water. Restrooms and showers are within walking distance.
Let's go check out the equestrian camp area next.
equestrian camp area has 10 sites. This is an open field with picnic tables, fire rings, and 2 water faucets. There are 4 horse pens that can accommodate 2 horses each. These sites do not have any electricity. The Mesquite camp area has 20 sites. Each site has water, 30 and 50 amp hookups, a picnic table, and a fire ring. This campground can accommodate rigs up to 60 feet. The park has 3 cabins for rent on the rim and 4 cabins on the canyon floor. The floor cabins accommodate 2 or 4 people, have small kitchenettes, and heating and air conditioning. Cabin 2 is ADA accessible. No pets are allowed in the cabins. Restrooms and showers are located nearby, but there are no bathrooms in the cabins. The Cactus Camp area has 7 sites for tent camping only. Shade shelters are provided, as well as picnic tables. There are no hookups in this area. Restrooms with hot showers are available, but are a half to 2 miles away from the sites.
Pretty neat back in here. Let's walk around in the canyon exploring right now. Beautiful surroundings. Today I'm heading back to Palo Duro Canyon State Park to do the lighthouse trail. I'm really looking forward to getting some good exercise on this, and I hope it don't get too hot. I'm doing this early enough that, you know, the first half of the hike should be fairly decent temperature wise. It's about 71 right now, which isn't bad, but it's supposed to get up in the 90s later this afternoon. So we'll see. Alright, so let's hit the lighthouse trail. I can already feel the heat beating on the back of my neck. I put on some good sunblock today, so hopefully I should be good with that. So far so good. There's a nice little breeze coming through here. It's not too big of a breeze, but helps a little bit. See a lot of sunflowers. There's definitely a lot of sunflowers here. A lot of them are dead right now. I'm assuming they're out of season. I don't know if that really matters down here in Texas. It does say that this is a moderate difficulty level trail. I believe it. I'm already a little short on breath. Nice little shade shelter if you need a break. Right here to go on the Lighthouse Trail. If you go left, that's the Capitol Peak Trail. That's for bikes only. Morning. Let's take a moment and look at all the surroundings that I just came upon. It's a lot to take in, so let's enjoy this together. I'm gonna go up here on the hill a little bit more so you guys get a better vantage point. But I think you'll appreciate this. Hopefully you will. Let's continue our way to the Lighthouse Formation. Starting to feel the heat a little bit now. Sweating that bad, but I know it's coming soon. We'll stop here in the shade for a little break, get some water. Gotta stay hydrated on this trail. See, we're 0.8 miles into the Lighthouse Trail. Blue marker with an L. Keep following that, you should be good. Just love this terrain. Now there's a nice breeze coming through at times, and that really helps on a day like this. Too bad the sun's not on this right now. You'd see a lot more detail. Now you do want to be careful when you come out on this trail. There's tarantulas, there's rattlesnakes in Texas, and they're in this area. So just be careful, keep an eye out. Try to stay on the park paths as much as possible, just to stay safe. Also, a good time to come do this trail would be early in the morning. Park opens at, I believe, 7:30, and it's not as hot when you come do this in the morning. I'd say around like 9-10 o'clock it really starts to get warmer. So just try to get here as soon as possible. That's your best bet. Look at all the prickly pear cactus around us. It's everywhere. This is just awesome. Take a moment and feel the breeze and check out this scenery. Well, there's first sight of the lighthouse. This breeze feels so good right now. 0.9 miles to go. Only 3 miles to go. Going up the mountain. Lighthouse Rock. We are surrounded by the Chihuahuan Desert as we make our way towards the entrance of Bottomless Lake State Park. Yeah, if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button. It'll help our channel a lot. Now let's get on with the campground tour, and then we'll show you the rest of the state park.
Campground! Campground! Campground!
We are staying at the Leah Lakes Campground. It has 32 RV sites and 3 tent sites. All RV sites have water and electric. A few are equipped for 50 amps. Sites 2 through 7 are the full hookup sites. Currently, sites with sewer are $18 a night, and electric and water only sites are $14. The sites are very roomy with a covered picnic table and great views of the surrounding landscape. The bathhouse in the day use area has toilets and hot showers.
Wait, I thought Mr. Hanky only came at Christmas time.
If you aren't lucky enough to snag a sewer site, there is a dump station available. There's a large covered pavilion in the center of the campground with plenty of seating. Animal-proof trash bins are located throughout the campground, with dumpsters located near the entrance. The campground is just steps away from the day use area. This large pavilion is a great place to escape the hot afternoon sun. The big attraction here is the small beach and swimming area. A section of Leah Lake is roped off for swimming only. On Leah Lake, you can also scuba dive, fish, and kayak. Leah Lake has a surface area of about 15 acres and has a depth of 90 feet. The day use area also has picnic tables, a playground, a sand volleyball court, and a large pavilion near the water. There are 4.53 total miles of trails in the park, including a mountain bike trail, as well as a short half-mile elevated wetlands trail.
It's beautiful.
The Wetlands Trail is slightly elevated and is ADA accessible. The Visitor Center is located near the Lower Lakes Campground.
Bottomless Lake State Park is a 1,400-acre state park located about 15 miles southeast of Roswell in southeastern New Mexico. Named after the 9 small deep lakes lined along the eastern escarpment of the Pecos River Valley, Bottomless Lake State Park was New Mexico's first state park, established in 1933. The bottomless lakes were created as a result of groundwater rising along faults, dissolving gypsum-rich rock, creating sinkholes, also known as cenotes. That's right, the lakes are fed by an underground aquifer.
The Lower Lakes Campground has 10 developed campsites with no hookups. At present, these cost $10 a night. There are vault toilets, but no showers. However, Leah Lake Campground is only a few miles up the road, and you can use those facilities.
These campsites are probably more ideal for camper vans and tents.
Today we journey to the missile range where the first atomic bomb was tested to explore a gem of a national park. But first, we make our way west from Roswell, New Mexico on US Route 70 with the Sierra Blanca and Capitan mountain ranges to the right side of us and the Sacramento mountain range passing us on the left. What a treasured experience we're having right now.
She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes.
Secret, we have arrived.
So we made it to White Sands National Park. Let's go have some fun in the sand. How about it?
Let's do it! As you enter the park, you will first see the Visitor Center. There are 2 parking lots with limited RV parking spaces. There are rangers inside to help you with any questions you may have to plan your day. There are some exhibits in the small museum in the Visitor Center that gives you a good history of the national park. The gift shop has a nice variety of souvenirs and a water filling station. Take note that there is nowhere inside the park to get water, and the temperature can be extreme.
With no water.
Water sucks. Gatorade is better.
Approximately 2 miles from the Visitor Center is the trailhead for the Playa Trail. This trail is rated easy. It is relatively flat and is a half-mile loop.
Now, right over there was where we were just at that trailhead. And across from that is this other trailhead. And there's bathrooms at this location and a small parking lot that you can park at.
The Dune Nature Trail is rated as moderate. It is 1.6 miles and requires climbing 2 steep dunes and walking on soft sand.
So we're just gonna follow this trail up to the top of the dune there, so you guys can get an idea what it looks like on the other side. Turned out to be a perfect day to be here. It's in the low 80s right now, or maybe the mid 80s now. And there's a breeze that's cutting through, so it's keeping us nice and cool.
There is limited shade, so be prepared for this hike. Bring plenty of water and look for mile markers often to be sure you're not going off trail.
This vast landscape of sand dunes you see all around us here in the Tularosa Basin is the largest gypsum dune field of its kind on the planet Earth. Found in south-central New Mexico, White Sands National Park covers about 228 square miles and is completely surrounded by the White Sands Missile Range.
Missile launch.
If you're looking for an easy, ADA accessible trail in the park, the Interdune Boardwalk is the best choice. It's a 0.4 mile elevated boardwalk with some great areas to view plants and animals. The trailhead has vaulted toilets and a good-sized parking lot.
Well, let's go do this boardwalk here over the dunes. Still feels pretty good, not sweating at all. What do you guys think about this national park so far? Let us know down in the comment section below.
Yeah, let's stop here for a minute. This is nice if it is really hot and you need to take a break.
Shows you what kind of wildlife you'll find out here, what kind of animal life and such. And the boardwalk, it's really not that long. And then when you get to the end, there's a nice little overlook into the dunes.
White Sands was established as a national monument on January 18, 1933 by President Herbert Hoover. It was later designated a national park on December 20, 2019, and the National Defense Authorization Act signed into law by President Donald J. Trump.
The Backcountry Camping Trail is rated as moderate. It is a 2-mile loop through the heart of the dunes. It can take up to an hour and a half to complete. Hikers wanting to spend the night in the backcountry will use this trail to reach the primitive camping sites.
Somewhere between 8,000 and 12,000 years ago, this area was covered with open grasslands and large lakes, fed by many streams. Ice Age animals roamed the lands, feeding on the vegetation, also providing game for the local Paleo-Indian inhabitants. With that being said, you might wonder why the landscape looks so different today. Starting roughly 12,000 years ago, as the climate got warmer, rain and snowmelt dissolved gypsum from the surrounding mountains and carried it into the basin. Further warming and drying over time caused the lakes to evaporate and form selenite crystals. Strong winds then broke up the crystals and transported them eastward into the basin. And a similar process still continues to produce gypsum sand today, and most likely for many, many more years to come.
There are 3 designated picnic areas in White Sands National Park. This is the Primrose Picnic Area. The tables are equipped with metal shade structures and have elevated grills. Some tables can accommodate wheelchairs. Near Primrose is the Roadrunner Picnic Area. When using the picnic areas, be careful of white plates, napkins, and plastic cutlery. The park asks that you use bright colors for your picnic to avoid them getting lost in the sand. The trailhead has vaulted toilets and a go-sized parking lot. The group use area can be reserved for $100. The large pavilion can accommodate up to 25 guests. You'll have access to 2 large charcoal grills, shaded picnic tables, trash receptacles, and vault toilets. The White Sands Amphitheater holds many events throughout the year, most notably full moon nights. During these, there are live musical acts, ranger programs, and guest presenters. Check the website for details and dates.
Here's the Alkali Flat Trail. It is a 5-mile loop trail that should take about 3 hours roughly.
This area is designated for horse trailers. You must have a free day-use horse and other pack animal permit. This can be obtained on their website. The third picnic area is Yucca. This area has vaulted toilets, picnic tables with metal shade structures, elevated grills, and trash cans.
So this is considered the West Filming Area. There's a nice backdrop of the San Andreas Mountains. It's just magnificent here. Majestic, beautiful. It's just really awesome.
The West Filming Area is one of the most popular places in White Sands. It's perfect for filming videos, photography, and sledding. It has a stunning history with film, TV, and music videos, dating back to the 1950s movie Solomon's Mine and the 2020 music video for 911 by Lady Gaga.
We have 2 more stops to make here in the Tularosa Basin, but I think we can save that for tomorrow. Let's make our way back to base camp at Bottomless Lake State Park, and hopefully we'll make it back in time for a beautiful sunset. Way off in the background is Sierra Blanca Mountain Peak.
Wow, what a beautiful night.
Well, let's get some sleep. We have a long day ahead of us tomorrow.
Today we're out on another adventure. We are making our way past the Capitan Mountains here in New Mexico, on our way to the Valley of Fires.
And fire him.
After that, we plan on making our way to Three Rivers Petroglyph.
It looks like another beautiful day in New Mexico.
The vista here that shows the Capitan Mountain Range.
Another scenic drive with breathtaking views. New Mexico is definitely a state with some amazing scenery. It's very inspiring and motivating to Mandy and I. A state we plan on visiting again down the road for sure. I bet it was fun building this road through the lava field. Well, let's do a quick tour of the campground and day use area, and then we'll hit the trail afterwards.
Resting on the edge of the Carrizozo volcanic field in central New Mexico, the Valley of Fires Recreation Area offers opportunities for hiking, RV and tent camping, as well as a day use area where you can enjoy an afternoon picnic.
Fees for camping are $18 a night for water and electric. Primitive and water sites are only $12 a night, and tent sites are $7. Some sites are first come, first serve, and some are available to reserve online. The campground has 13 RV sites and 6 tent sites. Each site has a picnic shelter, picnic table, and a grill. Sites 4 and 12 are ADA accessible. You can access the Malpass Nature Trail within the campground. This is a 0.75-mile paved path that goes from the group shelter through the lava field and loops back to the group shelter. potable water is available, as well as a dump station. Restrooms with flush toilets and showers are available and meet ADA accessibility standards. The Visitor Center is staffed by volunteers on the weekend. It has books, postcards, and t-shirts. The group shelter is available for campers to use, which offers grills and picnic tables.
You can even get in a game of horseshoes while visiting the Valley of Fires.
Holy horseshoes!
Exactly, Robert.
The Carazozo volcanic field is a monogenetic volcanic field consisting of two lava flows created by groups of cinder cones. The oldest of the two lava flows is named Brokeback Flow, which erupted from vents 6 miles northwest of Little Black Peak, roughly 100,000 years ago, covering 20 square miles. The Carazozo volcanic field that we are visiting now is the younger of the two lava flows, dating back 5,000 years. It originated from Little Black Peak and reached over 40 miles into the Tularosa Basin, covering 120 square miles, with up to 160 feet thick molten lava. The lava field is considered to be one of the youngest in the continental United States and one of the largest lava fields in the world. What do you guys think so far? It's all a lava field there. Let's go hit the trail. Another important thing you probably want to bring along with you is bottled water, Gatorade, something of that sort, so you can stay hydrated on your hike here. It's not that long of a hike, but you never know. Better to be safe than sorry. There's hardly anyone here. Like right now, I don't see anyone on the trail at all from the bird's eye view I just had. I wonder if we'll see any greater roadrunners today. Did you know that the roadrunner is New Mexico's state bird? Sure is. Here's a nice little shade spot. We're here in the Chihuahuan Desert. White Sands National Park is south of us here. So is Three Rivers Petroglyph. Another information point here. This information board here talks about tarantulas. It says they have beady black eyes. Tarantulas are very small. They have 4 pairs of eyes that are located on the front of their body. However, tarantulas are nearly blind. They see their world through smell and touch. Interesting. Must suck to have all those eyes and not be able to see very well. I know. I have 4 eyes, so, and I don't have the best sight either. But geez, you figure if you had 4 more eyes, you'd have a better view of everything. Sorry, it's just worked out that way for them, I guess. Here's another shade point. Wow, this is pretty neat. Look how massive that is.
This is just freaking amazing.
And here we have a juniper tree. So these tall, slender plants you see, they are the majestic, subtle spoon plant. At first glance, this plant may be mistaken for a yucca. However, its ribbon-like leaves and tiny flowers, instead of bell-like blossoms of the yucca, are the characteristics which make it a member of the lily family. Look for the creamy white blossoms of the subtle between May and August. See this lava flow formation here, the ripple effect here. It has a Hawaiian name. This formation is known as Pahoehoe. So I thought that was pretty interesting to know. Small cave area here where bats like to hang out until nightfall. So what did you guys think of the Valley of Fires here in New Mexico? Please let us know down in the comments section below if you've been here. And if you haven't, is it a place that you'd like to check out in the near future? And I think it's time that we move on to our next destination. So stay tuned for more adventures. So now we're making our way to Three Rivers Petroglyph site. It's about 30 minutes roughly from the lava field we just left there at the Valley of Fires. And you can't beat the scenic view as you're traveling around this valley here in the Tularosa Basin.
Here's the office where you pay your admission.
Camping at Three Rivers Petroglyphs is on BLM land. There are 5 shelter sites with picnic tables and grills, one of which is ADA accessible. 2 RV sites have covered picnic tables and have water and electric. There are also 5 tent sites, some with pads. Pets are allowed in the campground, but not on the trails. There is a restroom within the campground, but it doesn't have showers.
There are 2 trails here, the Petroglyph Trail, and then this trail that takes you over to a pre-contact village. Well, where it used to be at least. We stand among more than 21,000 petroglyphs of humans, animals, plants, and many abstract and geometric designs scattered over 50 acres of BLM land here in New Mexico's Chilean desert. Three Rivers Petroglyph site is one of the largest and interesting rock art sites in the Southwest, also allowing visitors close access to the petroglyphs using the Petroglyph Trail that begins at the visitor shelter. The petroglyphs date back to between 200 and 1450 AD. They were created by Coronado Mogollon people who used stone tools to remove the dark patina on the exterior of the rocks to create these early works of art. Now that we've checked out the campground and day use area, why don't we go check out the trail where all the petroglyphs are?
I mispronounced Coronado. I'm sorry. It's pronounced Coronado, not Coronado. it's starting to get hot out here. I can tell my knees and ankles are going to be sore after this one. Let's power through this hike and see what we can find.
This mountain range that's behind me here is the Sacramento mountain range. And then over this way, this right here, this is all the Tularosa Basin right here. Way down there is White Sands National Park, and the Missile Range is all around in here. Okay. And then this is the San Andreas mountain range. I see some petroglyphs over here. Let's check them out, but first, look around the rocks and at your feet. Make sure there's no rattlesnakes. Make noise as you're going, just to be sure that they know you're coming, so they can warn you that they're there.
Thanks for all the information, Indiana John. They're just everywhere that the eye can see. I feel a connection. Like they're still around me, like they're still here.
Down this path are the remains of a village of the Jornada Magalan people, constructed over 1,000 years ago. Some of the buildings have been partially reconstructed so visitors can get a sense of what life was like for this clan of hunters and gatherers.
Now let's get out and do some exploring.
It's time for your next adventure.
We are currently in the Chihuahuan Desert. It is the largest hot desert in North America at over 190,000 square miles. It encompasses 8 mountain ranges and reaches into Arizona as well as West Texas. The Santa Maria de Acoma Church opened in 1933. It juts out over Route 40, just off of Old Route 66. It still functions as a Catholic church and welcomes tourists to join them for weekly Mass. Mount Taylor is a dormant stratovolcano. It was named in 1849 for then President Zachary Taylor.
Let's make our way to the Sky City Acoma Pueblo. More low desert shrub with juniper trees scattered about. Junipers vary in size and shape from tall trees that are 66 to 131 feet tall to low spreading shrubs with long trailing branches. They are considered evergreens with needle-like leaves. The Acoma Pueblo is about 60 miles west of Albuquerque, New Mexico, and it was established as a National Historic Landmark on October 9th, 1960. There are 5,000 to 6,000 people who identify as Acoma today, and the Acoma have occupied this land for over 2,000 years.
We had to stop at this pull-off. It's so beautiful here.
Where are we?
Wow. You see all these mesas. It's just so beautiful.
The Pueblo rests on this 365-foot high mesa with about 300 adobe buildings built as early as 1144 AD.
clouds are always your rain. The red, any red, orange you see is your sun. The solid blacks are clouds and mountains. And they're all hammered. These are Olo jars. These are siege pots. Years ago, we used to have those as storage.
We are heading to the Pueblo of Acoma, the oldest continuously inhabited settlement in North America.
Out of respect, we are not filming the settlement, but if you do come to New Mexico, make this part of your itinerary. It is gorgeous, and the people there were just lovely. This is the Sky City Cultural Center. Inside, you can purchase tickets to visit the settlement, shop in a lovely gift shop with Acoma pottery and crafts, and learn more about the history of the Acoma people.
For our last day visiting here in New Mexico, we decided to make our way to the Coronado Historic Site to explore the ancient ruins and learn some local history.
We stand before the Palo ruins, a Taiwa Pueblo village located a half-mile northwest of Bernalillo on the west banks of the Rio Grande, just 16 miles north of Albuquerque, New Mexico. The village was settled around 1300 AD and left abandoned by the 1600s. Known as the Coronado Historic Site since 1940, it was added to the National Register of Historic Places on January 1st, 1976. The Coronado Historic Site is home to a series of pre-contact murals that were recovered from a square kiva in the Pueblo South Plaza. You can find these murals on display at the Visitor Center along with other artifacts found here.
The Visitor Center features a gift shop with Native American art, a small museum with artifacts from the site, and plays a 15-minute video about the site's excavation. The Pueblo was excavated from 1934 through 1939. It revealed over 1,200 adobe rooms, 3 ceremonial rooms, and 6 kivas. It was open to the public on May 29, 1940.
Kawa was the northernmost of 12 Taiwa pueblos. Its name means evergreen in Taiwa.
Access to the reconstructed painted kiva is available by guided tour only. Tours are given daily. Check at the visitor center for details.
A kiva is a place for political meetings and spiritual ceremonies. In most larger communities, it was normal to find one kiva for every 5 to 6 rooms.
I think it's pretty neat that they could build these pueblos to be up to like 7 stories tall. That's amazing.
The site has several walking trails that weave into the ruins and along the Rio Grande.
Here we have the Rio Grande.
There are covered picnic tables and restrooms available.
I remember when I was a kid growing up, and I was looking through my National Geographic magazines and other magazines of the sorts, and I came across a page with petrified wood on, and I was fascinated about how it became rock, and I wanted to learn more about it. I knew one day when I grew up, I wanted to go to Petrified Forest National Park. Well, today is that day, so please come join us as we journey into the desert to check out the Petrified Forest National Park.
Be sure to stop at the Painted Desert Visitor Center. It has a small gift shop, a gas station, and a restaurant. You can also easily access the Tawa Trail from here and enjoy a picnic at the pavilion.
There is no overnight lodging in the park, and camping in the park is limited to backpacking in the wilderness area. Permits are needed for wilderness camping.
The north entrance to the Petrified Forest National Park gives you beautiful views of the Painted Desert.
Named for its large deposits of petrified wood, Petrified Forest National Park covers over 346 square miles in northeastern Arizona. It was established as a national monument in 1906 and later as a national park in 1962. The area consists of a semi-desert shrub steppe, which is a type of low rainfall natural grassland, as well as this highly eroded and colorful badlands landscape you see behind me in the northern section of the national park, known as the Painted Desert. There's a couple hiking trails here, the Palo Trail, and there's also the Painted Desert Rim Trail. This is the Painted Desert Rim Trail. Nice overlook here. The view here is just amazing. Very peaceful. There's not a lot of people here either. Just look at this. And this is just part of it. We're just getting started. Yeah, it's just, wow. If you don't mind, I'm going to take a minute here just to soak it all in, and then I'll get back to you. So this is the Painted Desert Inn. It was designated a National Historic Landmark in 1987.
The Painted Desert Inn used to serve as a resting place for weary travelers. Today it serves as a museum and gallery. From here, you can access both the Painted Desert Inn Trail and the Petrified Forest National Wilderness Area.
Wow. Yeah, it's just stunning to see these views here. I mean, what do you guys think? Is this not beautiful?
Here we have a picnic area with a magnificent view of the Painted Desert.
We are loving this.
This 1932 Studebaker sits where Route 66 once cut through this park. The telephone poles are all that remains of this section of the Mother Road.
The Puerco Pueblo was occupied by at least 200 people before several droughts in the 1200s led to abandonment. The structure had over 1,000 rooms, plus several underground kivas. People entered the compound by ladders, as there were no doors or windows.
So this would be more rooms here. They just didn't put everything back together, they let it go. Still buried. And then here in the middle, this would be the courtyard area where everything would take place. So you see the swirl mark here, Petroglyph? That's where their summer solstice marker is. There'll be a beam of light that eventually touches that around noon on the summer solstice. Here's some more petroglyphs all over the rocks.
Newspaper Rock has over 650 petroglyphs, some as old as 2,000 years. Look at these. These badland formations along the side of the road are known as the teepees. They consist of thick deposits of gray, blue, purple, and green mudstones and white minor sandstone beds, colored by iron, manganese, and other minerals.
This is just a beautiful national park. You really got to come check this place out. There's not a lot of visitors here during this time of the year, and I think it's a good opportunity to get out to these national parks out west. when it's mild weather. You know, you're thinking September, October, around in there. That's a good time to get out here and hit these national parks and state parks. But yeah, this is just a beautiful national park. Make sure when you come to visit this national park that you have at least 2 to 3 days, because there's plenty here. You know, you want to take your time and just take in what you're seeing, all the views, the history, you know, the culture. And because you're higher up in elevation, you'll need a little more breath. You'll probably need a few more minutes when you're taking breaks to catch your breath. The Petrified Forest is well known for its fossils, including the petrified wood from fallen trees that lived in the late Triassic period about 225 million years ago. The sediments containing the fossil logs are part of a widespread and colorful Chinle formation, from where the Painted Desert got its name. Roughly 60 million years ago, the Colorado Plateau, of which the national park is part of, was pushed upward by tectonic forces and exposed to increased erosion from wind and water. The area is also a hotspot for fossils of early dinosaurs. Paleontologists have been unearthing and studying the park's fossils since the early 1900s. You can see down there's petrified wood, kind of a petrified wood hoodoo. There's some more over here.
Hoodoo is a tall, thin spire of rock formed by erosion, consisting of soft rock topped by harder, less easily eroded stone that protects each column from the elements.
Speaking of hoodoos, we got some hoodoos here. And who do you know that has been here visiting the Petrified Forest before? Let us know down in the comment section below if you, a friend or a family member, has been here to Petrified Forest National Park to enjoy this atmosphere.
Other names for hoodoos include earth pyramids, fairy chimneys, and tent rocks.
We're going to follow this foot trail out to some petrified logs here. Try to leave no trace as much as we can. Wow. So even though it's petrified wood, life still carries on. Look what you have on the side here. Isn't that magnificent? The sun don't hit this side as much, if at all. It's just a beautiful day to be out here doing this. It's in the mid 60s right now. I think the high is supposed to be like 69, 70 degrees today. So this should be a very enjoyable day. The weather's perfect.
Petrified wood forms when wood is buried in wet sediments, saturated with dissolved minerals. The lack of oxygen slows decay of the wood, allowing minerals to replace cell walls, filling void spaces in the wood.
I mean, this is solid rock. Let's go hop back in a car now and continue this adventure.
The Blue Mesa Trail enters into a vibrant blue, purple, and gray badlands, with petrified woods spread about. Just so vibrant. I just love finding this petrified wood scattered about. The Agate Bridge is a petrified log spanning a gully. The Jasper Forest is a location with a high concentration of petrified wood. The crystal forest draws you in, with many petrified logs that glimmer with quartz crystals.
That's just outstanding. This place is just amazing. Every stop is just something new. It just blows me away.
You really feel like you're on a different planet when visiting different parts of this national park.
Pretty impressive.
The south entrance has a beautiful visitor center located in the Rainbow Forest Museum. You'll also find an exhibit of prehistoric animals, a gift shop, bookstore, movie theater, and a picnic pavilion. From the visitor center, you can access the Giant Logs Trail, Long Logs Trail, and the Agate House Trail.
We're almost there.
The Agate House are ruins of an 8-room pueblo and is stunning. It is estimated to have been built between 1050 and 1300. It was excavated in the 1930s and has been partially rebuilt.
Montezuma Castle sits about 90 feet up a sheer limestone cliff overlooking Beaver Creek, just north of Camp Verde, Arizona.
The Visitor Center at Montezuma Castle serves as an information center for both the castle and the well. Inside, you'll find a gift shop and a museum with artifacts from the Sinagwan culture.
This ancient cliff dwelling was built around 1100 AD by a pre-Columbian culture of indigenous people known as the Sinagwa. It is comprised of about 20 rooms spread across 5 stories, only accessible by ladders. The walls of the dwelling are constructed of early stone and mortar masonry, which includes chunks of limestone found at the base of the cliff, as well as mud and clay from the creek. The ceilings were made of section timbers as a kind of roof thatching, using primarily Arizona sycamore, which is a hardwood native to the area. It was not a castle in the traditional sense. The dwelling functioned more like a prehistoric high-rise apartment complex.
What you would have seen might well have been something like this cutaway model of Montezuma Castle.
You might be wondering why it was named after Montezuma, the famous Aztec emperor. When European Americans first discovered the Pueblo in the 1860s, they named the dwelling with the mistaken belief that Montezuma had been connected to the construction. In fact, the dwelling was abandoned over 40 years before Montezuma was born. Regardless, the name stuck due to the belief that all archaeological sites in the southwestern United States and Mexico are a result of the Aztec culture. Wow, these cliff dwellings are just everywhere. And here's Beaver Creek, where they got the mud and clay to build the cliff dwellings. Let's hop in the car and continue this adventure. It's such a beautiful day to be out and about like this. Blue skies for miles and miles. Montezuma Well is the second part of the Montezuma Castle National Monument, separately located down the road near the town of Lake Montezuma, Arizona.
Before you reach the entrance to Montezuma Well, there's a historic site called the Pit House. It is estimated to have been built around 1050 AD. It shows the architecture used by the Sinagwa people. There are over 50 such ruins in the park. At the entrance, there is a large parking lot, picnic area, restrooms, and a park ranger station.
Montezuma Well is a natural limestone sinkhole which measures 386 feet in diameter from rim to rim and contains a near constant volume of underground spring water, even during severe droughts. You probably don't want to drink this water though, as it is highly carbonated and contains high levels of arsenic. Also, if you haven't noticed already, the Sinagwa built Pueblo cliff dwellings here as well. Let's head to the base of the sinkhole.
See, all this rock fell from the wall there when it's collapsed.
There are several types of unique species in the well that are found nowhere else on the planet. A shrimp-like crustacean the size of your pinky fingernail. A leech that feeds off crustaceans instead of blood. Water scorpions found near the water's edge. And the Montezuma well spring snail. It's just amazing how they survived in this environment. The well has been used for irrigation since the 8th century, and you can still find part of the prehistoric irrigation ditch located near the park's picnic area, with portions of the ditch's original route still used today. The views all around, they're just astounding. Here's some more ruins. Let's go find that prehistoric canal that was mentioned earlier. Ooh, it's nice and shady down here.
We have a baby tarantula.
And you better look out for Mama.
Wow, what an experience. We enjoyed our visit to the Montezuma Castle National Monument, and we recommend that you check it out yourself if you are ever in the area.
We are here at Tuzigoot National Monument, which is a 2 to 3 story massive pueblo complex built by the Sinagua people between 1125 and 1400 AD. The dwelling covers the summit of a limestone and sandstone ridge 120 feet above the Verde River floodplain just east of Clarksdale, Arizona. Tuzigoot consisted of 110 stone masonry rooms with very few doors.
The inhabitants use ladders accessed by trapdoor-type openings and the roofs to enter each room. The central rooms stand higher than the rest, possibly used for public functions.
The Tuzigoot Visitor Center and Museum was built in 1936. Inside, you'll find a gift shop with beautiful souvenirs. The museum has over 3,000 items consisting of artifacts removed from the site during excavation. The fee you pay to get into Tuzigoot also covers a visit to Montezuma Castle and Montezuma Well, if you go within 7 days.
They also have this picnic area right below the parking lot when you come in, just in case you want to bring something to eat and have a little picnic while you're visiting.
The Tavoski Marsh was acquired as part of the Tuzigoot property in 2005. It has a mission to study, rehabilitate, and enhance the marsh.
Construction of pueblos with multiple rooms began around 1000 AD. Tuzigoot is architecturally similar to other pueblos in the region like Montezuma Castle, Aztec Ruins National Monument, Chaco Culture National Historic Park, and Bandelier National Monument, among others. During the excavation of Tuzigoot between 1933 and 1935, materials and trade items from hundreds of miles away were found. Items like regional pottery from across the southwest, exotic paints, obsidian from distant volcanoes, and exotic minerals including copper and azurite.
What a view up here, you know. You got a good 360 view of the valley here. And you can see the surrounding vegetation in the valley here. It's nice and green and flush. The mountain ranges surrounding us. It's mesmerizing, you know. You get up here, it's peaceful for the most part. You hear a little bit of traffic. Some of the other visitors that are here, but other than that,
Such a treasured moment. Let's see what it looks like from above.
The Verde River Greenway State Natural Area is 1,000 acres of protected habitat. You can float down the Verde River, hike on one of the many trails, or attend special events held in the area.
Let's mosey on down the road a bit and visit something that's out of this world. Well, it used to be out of this world.
You'll experience more than just a crater. There's a very nice Discovery Center and Space Museum, a 4D theater, and a NASA space capsule that was used for astronaut training in the 60s. There's also a large gift shop, coffee house, and a shaded kennel for pets for a fee.
Meteor Crater is the result of an impact from a natural celestial body about 50,000 years ago. A meteorite as wide as 160 feet consisting of iron and nickel entered into the Earth's atmosphere, crashing into the Colorado Plateau 18 miles west of Winslow, Arizona. It is said that the impact energy of this meteorite reached 10 megatons TNT, almost completely vaporizing upon impact and leaving only a few remains of the meteorite in the crater.
Going down into the crater for a closer look. So we're sitting here with an overhang above us to keep us cool while we're sitting here looking at the crater.
What do you think of the crater?
It's amazing. Was it worth the visit?
Yeah, it's a little expensive, I will say that.
A little
I
expensive.
think it was a little expensive to get in here.
But you also have the museum, so you're paying for that, and they also have a little food snack area. And
the Discovery Center looked nice. We're going to go back up and explore that a little bit more, but that looked fun.
yeah,
Some fun things in there.
take some more time to really dive into the information. We like doing that.
Today, we dive into exploring one of the most beautiful scenic destinations in America, Sedona, Arizona. Let's grab our adventure hats and hit the road.
Let's do this.
The city of Sedona was named after Sedona Schnebley, whose husband was the city's first postmaster. Back then, Sedona only had 155 residents. The Chapel of the Holy Cross was the vision of a Sedona rancher and sculptor, Marguerite Staub. Construction was completed in 1956 and cost $300,000. It is a Catholic church, but welcomes all visitors. It seats up to 150 people, holds regular services, and has a gift shop in the basement.
I love the variety of cactus you can find in the American Southwest.
Sedona was a relatively quiet farming town until the 1950s, when it started to become a popular retirement and vacation destination. It's still a small town with a population of just over 10,000, but it is one of the most expensive areas in the U.S.
Now let's make our way up to Airport Mesa for a great vantage point.
Airport Mesa is a top tourist destination in Arizona because of the beautiful views. The scenic lookout has a paid parking lot and gives you panoramic views of the red rocks surrounding Sedona. You can also hike the Airport Mesa Loop Trail, which is about 3.5 miles long.
Is a great place to get in a hike with more breathtaking views, and that is where we're headed right now.
We're on the Bell Rock Trail right now. If you look behind me here, this here is Bell Rock. And over here, this is Courthouse View. Hello.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Such nice people here. Let's see what Bell Rock and Courthouse Butte look like from the sky.
It's just amazing. It's breathtaking. Literally. The elevations, yeah, you get short on breath quick. So you definitely want to pace yourself when you're out here. I'm enjoying this. It's about 68 degrees in November. And I gotta tell you, I think we're coming back here. This is definitely a place where you want to come more than once. And if you don't travel a lot, make this a destination that you go to, because you will not be disappointed. Next, we're going to go check out Cathedral Rock, so stay tuned.
Cathedral Rock is arguably the most iconic rock formation in all of Sedona. It stands at almost 5,000 feet above sea level and offers gorgeous scenery.
Let's hop on State Route 89A and go for a little cruise through the Oak Creek Canyon so we can discover its hidden beauty.
Hey, what do you say? This whole town could be red by the end of the day. If you feel alright, can throw it and drive. With the radio up so loud they can hear us from miles. Me and you, nothing to do. These days they come and go. Me and you, nothing to lose. I feel it in my soul. So let's let the good times roll.
Oak Creek Canyon is roughly 12 miles long, with the depth ranging from 800 to 2,000 feet.
Down, we'll never come down. When the sun comes up, we'll be feeling how we do right now. My heart's on fire, coming down to the wire. While the world sleeps, we'll keep burning brighter and brighter. Me and you, nothing to do. These days they come and go. Me and you, nothing to lose. I feel it in my soul. So let's let the good times. Me and you, nothing to do. These days they come and go. Me and you, nothing to lose. I feel it in my soul. So let's let the good times roll. So let's let the good times roll. Let's let the good times roll.
For recreation, the United States Forest Service operates several campgrounds, picnic areas, and recreation areas within the canyon. You'll also find hiking trails, swimming at places like Sliding Rock State Park, and over 49 miles of fishing along Oak Creek, where you can catch trout, bass, and catfish.
At the Oak Creek Overlook, you'll get spectacular views of the canyon down below. There's also an artisan market that has 16 Native American vendors and artists. They make unique gifts and souvenirs that include jewelry, pottery, and ornaments.
Let's head back to Sedona to explore a great destination for shopping and grabbing a bite to eat.
Tlaquepeque means best of everything, and this shopping center certainly tries to live up to its name. The Mexican-themed village was the inspired vision of Abe Miller. Abe loved Mexico and Sedona. He he wanted to build an exciting arts village in Sedona that would mirror the warmth and charm of Mexico. Today, you'll find an abundance of eateries, specialty gift shops, gourmet chocolate shops, boutiques, and art galleries.
Isn't that gorgeous?
The chapel is a private, non-denominational church that was built over 40 years ago. It was designed for meditation and contemplation. You can book this beautiful venue for a wedding or another special occasion. See their website for details.
Perfect little angel. Decided to get a flight here. I mean, there's a lot going on here. It's all the custom drinks that they do here. All 7 of them. I'm going to try them out. This should be fun. Okay, so we have 7 choices to try out here. I'm going to name each one as I do it. This first one here is called the 49ers Gold Lager.
Yes. The whole toss
Not bad. Not my thing. Now, we're going to try out the Horseshoe Hefeweizen. I don't think I pronounced that correct. A little bit better than the first one I had. Okay, so for the third one, this one's called the Doc's Pale Ale. Doc's Pale Ale. Let's try this one. I like that one. Okay, so far, I like the Pale Ale, the Doc's Pale Ale. Number 4 here is called the Snake's Charmer IPA. That would be this one. Let's see how this tastes. I like the IPAs. This one's pretty good. Okay, So for the next one, number 5, this is the Oak Creek Amber Ale. Not bad. Do you want to try that?
I would like to try that one, yes, please.
What do you think of that one?
That's not bad.
Number 6 here is the Village Nut Brown Ale. Let's try this one. Village Nut Brown Ale.
Try that one. It's a little darker beer. I like the dark beers. I don't like the light ones.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
So we both like the Village Nut Brown Ale. Not bad. Last but not least, the Pullman Porter. I'm not too big on a porter.
Oh, I like the porter. You don't like it?
Not this one.
That's what I have. I have the porter.
Okay. So you like the porter. I'm not a big fan of the porter. At least this one. I've had them before. So my favorite one out of all these is the Dog Pale Ale. Out of all 7 choices, I like the Dog Pale Ale. And for Mandy, she likes the Pullman Porter.
Now, I have a very important question for you. Pick up your favorite one. Pick it up. Hold it in your hand. Do you feel like a giant?
Yes, I do feel like a giant holding these.
I think the little mugs are just adorable, though.
So I got a club sandwich and she got a grilled chicken salad. Let's dig in. So we had a chance to try out our meals. Magnificent. I highly suggest this place if you're hungry and you want some beer. This is the place to come to. Definitely check out Oak Creek Brewery.
Very good. Thanks for sticking around until the end. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like and please subscribe. It really does help us a lot, and you'll get notified when we drop a new video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments section below. Thanks for watching.
To watch more videos like this one, click on one of these videos. See you on the next one.